What's good people? It's your girl Aisha, and I am with,
The beard, the bod, the Daniel Miller.
and we are here with No, really?
Really?
The real estate podcast where the real estate gets.
It's real.
Listen, Daniel,
Yes. What's up,
I've
Aisha?
heard your favorite president mention something about 50-year mortgages. Is that right?
I mean, that sounds like a bit of a long time. I haven't even been on this earth for 50 years. I, yeah, those are the numbers I'm hearing, though.
I mean, 50 years, bro.
Could you
Something
imagine?
tells me. Could I imagine what? I'm sorry.
Well, I'm just thinking, like, if I'm not mistaken, the average first time home buyer in this country has been bumped all the way up to 40 years old.
Oh
So,
no, no, no. We just read it's 64.
oh, okay. So
Yes,
at
64.
114, so you're going to be paying for your first house
Mhm.
or for your first home while you're going into the rest home.
Well,
I mean,
actually, it's probably after you're dead because I don't think our lifespan in America is past 100. What is it? 104 years. So,
yeah,
I don't know.
I think we've actually been tracking back, but let's stay on topic. Let's
Okay,
not.
okay, okay. My bad.
Everything in the world doesn't have to be negative.
Right, 50-year mortgages,
50-year mortgage.
bro.
Oh,
Right. So, look, fam, we're making jokes. However, comma, it's
yeah,
kind of ridiculous. Like
yeah. So let me just throw you at it, or throw you at it.
throw me at
Uh,
it.
throw you at it. Okay, so
I'll
at
shut it
face
down.
value, in the past you had 30 years. Back before that, you had 20 years. I
Mhm.
think the original loan system in this country started at about 10 years for a mortgage. So what's the big deal? It's 50 years.
I mean, yeah, but back when there were 10 years, mortgages were like $500. So, I mean, okay. It's a wonderful life, y'all. I mean, bruh.
I, well, I'm just going to go ahead and play some devil's advocate. 50 years, I mean, that gives me longer to pay off that loan. So it should lower my monthly payment, give me some more buying power. Um,
Okay, so okay, devil's advocate. How much more money do you think you're gonna save? Let's now on a $225,000 purchase.
sure. Let me
How
break
much money? Numbers? No,
it.
no, no. We're just gonna talk about it. That's the brain, the
Yeah,
cuff.
sure.
So
Well,
what do you think you're gonna save going from 30 years to 50 years with 225?
oh,
6% interest.
save. I mean, that's an additional 20 years to pay off the same loan. It's going to save me so much money. It's crazy. And that's going to save me that money every single month. I
Yeah.
can save that money or, buy stuff. Like, I like buying stuff.
How much stuff you gonna be able to buy? Like, you think you're gonna save like uh you you think you're gonna save like $1,000 a month? You think you're gonna save $20 a month? $500? What do you think you're gonna save between those extra 20 years that you get to pay for this house?
Okay. Let's cheat for a second.
Okay,
I'm
I
just
like cheaters.
I'm going to throw it up on the screen here. So let's do. Can you see it here? I got my little
Yeah.
mortgage
Oh,
calculator.
okay. Mortgage calculator. Okay.
All right, so we're gonna do kind of good rate for what's going on in the right now. So with a 30 year, pretty
Mhm.
standard house price of 225, which is a little low in this area, but it gives us a baseline.
Give me something to
Interest
talk about. Mhm.
percent. I'm not
Okay.
gonna lie, right now it's actually kind of hard to get a 6%, but it's doable. I've seen them. Just closed on one a few weeks ago, actually.
And I will tell you that builders are buying rates down. So, 6% might not be out of the ballpark if you work with the right
Exactly.
broker
Yeah. So
and
let's
we
look
point
at
you in
the
the right
important.
direction.
Exactly. So let's look at that important stuff on here. We got a monthly payments of 1295.03. Now that's everything included. We got your home insurance and all that fun stuff in here. Um, And what I personally like to look at, I like to know how much money came out of my pocket.
Okay.
So at the end of the day, 30 years later, how much money did I pay in interest for that 225? Obviously, I paid
Now, wait,
250,000.
hold on.
Yes.
I remember from way back in the early 2000s, because I've been doing real estate for a long time. Mind your business, people.
Yeah.
In 2009, when I did pre-licensing,
Hmm.
we calculated the interest over the life of a loan for a 15-year mortgage and for a 30-year mortgage.
As you should.
And tears, fam, because if you hold that mortgage all them 30 years, you done paid
Hmm.
dang near the same amount of money you done paid for the price of the house. So you done paid like $225,000 in
Yeah.
interest on a $225 house. So
That's a great rule of thumb. In this
mm,
particular case, it literally came out to 250 grand. So you paid
okay,
250
same
grand
thing.
for interest,
That's more.
and you paid your 225 for the house. So, it's painful, really painful whenever you look at it. But it's sadly pretty standard right now. Like that's about what you're looking at. Pain.
I just got
Uh,
nauseous. Okay.
a little nauseous there. Give me just a second here. Let me do this calculator again. We're
So,
going to take those exact same numbers and we're going to build it out to a 50-year loan. How does that sound?
like, I don't won't even buy no house because what am I doing? I'm
Ah,
so nervous. Oh,
understandable.
this is going to be like
Understandable.
$14 million. $14 million is my favorite number, so I'm going to say it a lot. That's what the interest is. $14 million. Oh, Daniel.
Well, it's not $14 million, if that makes you feel any better. So we kept everything the exact same, the 225, the 4% down, the 6% interest rate. We just changed that 30 years into a 50 years. And you'll see it did lower our monthly payment, but I I don't know about you. I was expecting more than that. Like it brought it down to 1137.03.
I was,
That's not a big drop. Okay,
it's
so
not,
maybe that's good. It didn't drop the monthly payment a lot, so maybe it didn't have that much of an effect on the total in well
but
four
that's
hundred.
466,000 blankety blank dollars. Like,
So we've
bro,
added.
that's 600 papers is $682,000. Oh my God.
So in order to save
So
a cable
dramatic,
bill
but
a
my
month,
God.
a cable bill, right? That's about what we're saving a month. We saved a cable bill a month, and we have paid an additional house. Like we
You
in
bought a really nice house. You didn't even buy your house. You bought two of your houses.
exactly, you bought two of your houses and paid the
Nothing.
interest on one of them to the bank. But you're only walking away with one house. Well, you're probably not walking away. It's been 50 years.
It's been 50
You're
years. So you like somebody's wheeling you into wherever.
um actually in my case, I it's
Hey,
cool.
you gotta buy your house at like 18 in order for it to make sense. Then you like who's giving an 18-year-old 225? Well, okay, y'all.
Yeah, yeah, no, no, it's oh
This is dumb, fam. This is dumb.
yes.
Stupid. You saving $100 a month to pay you pay $500,000 for 50 blankety blank years to save $100 a month. Let me just say this, fam.
Uh-huh.
You'll be better off saving. You know what? Give me $100 a month, okay? And then let me and Gannicus go frolic in the park with squeaky toys and cheese. He loves cheese. Squeaky toys and cheese for $100 a month. And I will send you photos and videos. You can even come play with us in the park. You know, I'll let you baby. And I don't know if I'll let you baby. You can baby us for 1 hour. But then I need my baby back because I don't like to share my baby like that. No, there's some things you can do other than give a bank $500,000 just because you want to save $100 a month.
So it costs a significant amount more money if you're paying it for the 50 years. So I Why don't we just come up with a plan to pay like an extra $100 a month or something, and do that to pay it off earlier? Instead of 50 years, we can do it in, like 45. What? I don't see any issue. Come on, Aisha, what's the issue if I just pay it off a little bit earlier?
You still pay? Okay, so instead of giving them 470, you gonna give them 420? Like, this still stupid. Stop it. Like, you probably
You,
shouldn't say it's stupid, but
you're talking as if they put the interest in like the front of the loan, so that
because they do. Look, fam, we're gonna do your payment is 1,100. I like $1,000 because it's even. I can calculate.
okay.
$1,000 is your mortgage payment.
Mhm.
Then you have your principal hand, hey, and your interest hand. It's ugly, so we're gonna do it like this. Oh, it's gnarled, right? Because nobody wants to pay interest. That's stupid. It's just to the bank. They're making money off of you. On your $1,000 payment, you have how much do you think is going into principal, meaning helping you build equity, which is good for you? How much do you think is going to principal?
Well, like all of it. I'm paying them $1,000 on my $225,000 house
You're so
to
funny. No,
225 payments later, the house is mine. The
you
house
got
is
$999.99 of interest and 1 day of principal.
oh, that's
And the
just for the
round
first payment, right?
oh, that's so cute. Because what happens is next month you got $999.97 of interest and 3 cents to principal. Oh my goodness, it ain't really moving. Somewhere around year 15 or the mid mark of most 30 or more, somewhere around like year 10, 15, you start getting a little more even, right? And then eventually you start building up more principal over interest. That's why, in order to pay your mortgage out earlier, pay your house off faster, it's not like you have to make a double $1,100 payment every month. It's just what's that principal amount for this month? So if your principal is only 2 cents, then oh my gosh, give them $1, baby. You win it. What? And then eventually you'll be having less money going towards interest and more going to principal, which is better for you. Because that 50-year mortgage, man, you don't even start building equity. So you already 100 years old. Because equity comes from paying off principal. The bank is getting their money off top. So they're like, what? $466,000 come from you? Thank you, baby. And you're like, oh, I didn't know that. Well, I'm telling you now, don't do it.
Okay, okay, okay. So let's say you're like, I know, I'm just going to refinance and do one of those, 20 or 30-year mortgages whenever I can afford to. Like that's a winner, right? Like just
It
refi?
depends.
Okay.
Finance always makes sense if it makes sense, okay? But who knows when it's gonna make sense because did we know? I mean, so here's the thing: people want I want a 2% interest rate like we had in 2020. No, you don't. Because I'm gonna tell you that 2% interest rate and 1% interest rates came with a whole pandemic. I don't want to have to deal with a pandemic, okay? That's dumb. If interest rates go like that or prices drop really, really low, there's a problem. Okay.
Mhm. Fair.
We right around this five between 5 and 7 is normal, guys. It's normal. Now, if you have 6% rate and you're like, well, I think we can get a better rate later. All right, cool. Who knows when that better's gonna happen? If it happens. And who knows if you're gonna be in a better position when that happens? Because I mean, so I've been doing this for, a little bit of time since 2010. And I've seen a lot of people do some really interesting things. And a lot of home buyers who are very focused on what the interest rate is, what is it going to cost me every month. Not that it's a bad thing because watch them coins, okay? But people who are more focused on what the payment and the interest rate is, they're not usually the most credit savvy people who don't have to think about things. And those people who I've seen buy properties, as soon as they get in a house, they don't have to worry so much about keeping their credit score at 1 million because I already did my big purchase. And a car, you can go to crazy Kevin Powell for the Ford. You can buy a daggone car with a zero credit score or something. That's how you say it on commercials. So they're not so focused on keeping the credit score tight. They're not so focused on debt to income ratio once they make the big purchase. So are you one of the people that's going to do that? Or are you gonna be like me? I'm gonna lose weight. My New Year's resolutions, I'm gonna lose 73 pounds.
Uh,
And then I go eat, then I get some, candy or, potato chips because I had a stressful day. I need candy. Like, come on, y'all, life be happening. So you gotta prepare for war, time of peace. And that 50-year mortgage ain't gonna cut it. I'm sorry. I went on a really long rant.
no, I appreciate it, and I agree wholeheartedly with it. I mean, it's um, like in all actuality, I just I don't see more buying power. We saw the math. Like for a $225,000 loan, and this is applicable for a $500,000 loan. It's $1 million loan, $100,000 loan.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter. The specific numbers are going to change, but the message isn't changing. You're not saving money. You're barely
No.
keeping anything additional in your pocket in the scheme of things, and you're paying out tremendously more money. Um,
Mm.
I it's honestly just kind of scary. I This doesn't benefit anybody, and if you
Oh, it
really want to
does.
get,
It does.
well,
The bank. Ooh,
it does benefit the
it's benefit
banks.
your banker. Like they're like, what? Thank you. I am now where I was in the one top 1%. Boy, I'm in the top 0.25% because I'm balling because everybody getting 50-year loans giving me $460,000.
Well,
I'm sorry.
and I hate to tell you this too. In all actuality, this kind of screws everybody. And here's my logic behind it. Okay, so by doing a 50-year loan, let's say you were approved for 225. Okay, you're approved 225 with a 30-year loan. You can get a little bit more money with a 50-year loan. So you could probably get this is a real estate agent, not a lender. If you were
Disclaimer
225,
alert. Disclaimer, disclaimer.
exactly, sorry. But with 225 on a 30, you could probably get 240 on a 50. Well, we'll use those numbers just to make life easier. All
Okay.
right. So if only the 30-year mortgages existed, that means you
Mm-hmm.
have this pool of people, this particular person and many others that fall into the same criteria can go buy a house for 225. All right. So if you're looking at a house that's listed at 230 or 235 or 240, you can put in an offer, but you're not putting in for the asking price of it. Now, what happens in a market like that, a house is worth, and a market like that, all markets, a house is worth what somebody's willing to pay for it. Like
Okay.
that's, we can say a house is worth this and the house is worth that, but until somebody cuts a check and hands it over, that is how much the house is worth at that moment.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So, with that in mind, if you change somebody's buying power, that person who's looking at the 200, let's say it's a $230,000 house, they're approved for 225. They may go, hey, let's offer 220 for that house. Okay. If they're now approved for 240 with that 50-year loan, they're more inclined to pay the 225, or may even, like, there's multiple people out there now, like there's more buying power, they may buy the house for 235 or 240. And that sounds like a great deal, especially to the person selling the house, but it's not. That house should have sold for a lower amount. If nobody was willing to buy it at 230,
Artificial inflation.
exactly. If nobody's willing to buy it at 230 whenever they had to do a 30-year loan, that shouldn't
Right.
change just because now they have a little bit more money to play with because they're spending twice the amount of money on their loan. So,
So what
go
about
ahead.
when the person wants to sell?
Yeah,
So they got this 50-year loan
sure.
and they bought it for 225. So they got the
Mhm.
house, they paid 225 for it, right?
Yeah,
But they want to sell and it's year 10.
sure. Oh, they're screwed. So normally in 7 to 10 years, you would be able to sell, depending on the market, the with inflation and everything else, you should be able to sell the house with a little bit of profit.
Or
But you
at
have
least break even.
exactly. Um, in this particular case, now you have two factors working against you. Number one, we've artificially inflated the price when you bought the house. So all these houses are being bought for more than they should. At some point, that will catch up. Historically, we always have these bursts whenever the market drops because things are artificially inflated, and just
Mhm.
that's what happens. Sometimes it's very minor, sometimes it's huge, but at some point it will catch up.
Mhm.
So you bought it for more than it was worth, and now you're up to your eyeballs in debt because you threw 20 more years on your loan than you should have. So where before you would start hitting that equity point where you're actually like paying and gaining equity because you're a homeowner, which is honestly like one of the most beneficial reasons to buy a house, is that you're
Mhm.
actually like acquiring a valuable thing. Now you've just acquired more debt. So in the past, where you could sell it in 7 to 10 years for break even or nominal profit, sometimes even great profit,
Mhm.
now that profit's not there.
And you likely have. So here like when people sell a house and they want to buy, like, okay, I bought my house for $200,000.
Yes.
I want to sell my house today. Like I bought it. Let's say the 225 was great price. All right, good deal. Bought my house for $200,000.
Mm-hmm.
My loan still needs to be paid off when I vacate the premises. Because I haven't been paying any principal, I still have the $200,000 loan sitting there. I can only sell my house today for 250 because of whatever's going on in the market. Maybe I didn't keep it up as well. Maybe there's new construction going on down the street. Maybe my house was the biggest one in the neighborhood, which is never a good thing, fam. Maybe um my neighborhood has had a Toyota plant go next door, and people see like trucks, and it's there's outside influence that have negatively impacted it. Nobody wants to live here. I don't know. I can only sell the house for 250 today.
Mm-hmm.
Well, if I'm selling the house for 250 because the buyer's like, look, I know you got it on the market for 330, but girl, here's $250,000. Look at my face. All right, so 250 is coming in. I gotta pay 225 to the bank because they said, girl, you borrowed it, you better pay me. But then I
Well,
still need to move. I
mm-hmm.
still need to pay an agent. I still have to pay the taxes for this year. I still have to pay if there was an HOA, I still gotta pay that. And then the state of North Carolina charges that good old excise tax. I gotta pay that. I mean, so now I'm going in a hole because I
Mm-hmm.
wanted to save a cell phone bill or a cable bill over 50 years. It ain't
Yeah,
worth it, Miss Seeley.
it's really not. It's not. My ask is, if anybody gets a 50-year loan, please, please, please do the extra payments and actually do refinance as soon as possible. Get that thing into a 30 or a 20-year loan. Make it reasonable. If you're just stretching that debt out further, it's it's going to be painful in the long run. There are so few situations where having that length of debt makes any amount of sense. Maybe on something that you're actually making money on, and you can rate it off each month or each year. Like if it's a business expense type situation, maybe there's a possibility. But overall, there's just not. Like you're screwing. You are taking the joys of home ownership away from yourself by
Yeah,
doing a 50-year loan.
like legit. So one of the things that we talk about with people who are renting properties versus people who buy is that when you're renting a house, you're paying 100% interest because all you're doing is giving money away. You don't get any of the write-offs every year. You don't get any of the benefits. You're not building any equity for yourself. You're building it for someone else. This 50-year mortgage is you saying, hey, I'm going to keep paying 100% interest for several years plus I'm paying taxes, plus I'm doing all the maintenance myself because you now become the janitor. You now become Mr. and Mrs. Fix It, buddy, bro. Okay. Now you got all the liability, all the responsibilities, and none of those benefits until probably when you would have paid off the loan if you had just gotten a traditional mortgage. Now I'm gonna tell you, if you are thinking about getting a 50-year mortgage, please talk to your favorite real estate professional. We're available. And for the love of all you hold dear to you, talk to a better lender because your lender should not be saying, "Oh yeah, let's do it." Huh. Oh my God, let's go. Your lender should be asking lots of questions before they let you do that. Like, we're not lenders. We do houses, or we do properties, not money. But we have to work with your lender to make sure that everything works together, or else there's gonna be a big, oh my God, face palm at the end of our transaction or before we even get there. So we try to make sure that we can show you guys the roadblocks. We can help you overcome all the speed bumps. We can help you stay out of the ditches. Like 50 or more. No, I'm not. Help you. Our job is to set expectations, give you preparation so that you can have the most stress-free
Mhm.
experience as possible. And just ask more questions. And if your people say, "Oh, that's a good idea," I want you to get a second opinion because it
Yep.
just, yeah.
So
Oh, anyway, Daniel. Oh
I,
my
I
gosh.
I
You
think
got my
we may
pressure
have
up.
we have beat that poor dead horse,
Mhm.
but it's true. I honestly I kind of hate that we're doing our inaugural podcast with this, but it just felt like a public service announcement that needed to be
I had
made.
to get it out right now.
Exactly, like
I'm telling you,
being
yesterday
on
when I looked at my phone, I said,
I, our lives are as fiduciaries for people. So whenever you see this something so blatantly like harmful to someone's finances, I felt like I just had no choice but to try to get in front of that however I could. And I know you're right there with me with that. So, but and all that being said, I
"Don't
if you do
do it."
right. Don't do that. And if you do have any real estate
I'm
questions,
joking.
if you are wondering where you can get a good lender for a 30-year or less loan, reach out to us. Aisha, you're good with your 336 six eight
Six, eight,
five
five,
one
one,
zero one
oh.
eight.
That's me.
There you go. And
Well,
you
how
can
can we
reach
reach you, Weird by the Daniel Miller?
Well, you can reach me at 919-200-0220. And yes, those are both North Carolina numbers. We do for
Look,
actual transactions, we only do North Carolina, but we can help anywhere in the country. We can put you
or
in.
no, in the world, we are international, baby. We got
Yeah,
worldwide fam. We got peoples, man. We know people.
exactly. So if you have any real estate questions anywhere in the world, feel free to reach
Mhm.
out and we can put you in the closest equivalent to us,
Mhm.
wherever you happen to be. And of course, if you are in North Carolina, we can definitely take care of you. So we can look at that. We can show you those houses. We can help you sell your house, the whole 9 yards. And
Listen, you
if
got
you
commercial questions. We got people for that too. All
don't,
we can help you with all the things. Even if we can't do it, we know people who can, and that's where having a certified professional in this area of real estate is really going to be beneficial to you because yeah, you can talk to Google and Gemini and what's the other ChatGPT. You can ask all the
yeah,
questions you want. However, there's nuance. There are things that happen in local areas that may not transcend or may not translate or may not work in a more urban area. There are things that work in Alamance County that you better not even try it over in Davie. And there's things that work in Cumberland County that you not even not that. Every county. We got 100 counties in North Carolina, y'all. So I'm just saying it works. It's best if you talk to someone who knows what they're doing and who do this full time. That's what we
you're
do.
talking as if it changes from county to county. I can think of plenty of
Well,
instances where just in the same county, you can run into all kinds of shenanigans from one city to another.
bro.
Y'all feel free to reach out to us again, 336-685-1018, or 919-200-0220. I do personally prefer a text ahead of time because I'm normally doing something like this or talking to a client or something, face to face. But I'd still love to answer any questions that you may have.
Yeah. And with the text, you can always go back and revisit it, and it gives you something in writing. Just see what, hey,
Exactly.
if you know, you know.
Yeah.
Anyway, we appreciate you guys. We will see you next time with no,
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 really.
no.
No, really.